Hi everyone, it's Jody from An Eye for Beauty, and today is Sunday, August 27th, 2023. And this is our weekly message for this week or whenever it is that you're hearing this message. Today I'm coming on and I'm going to pull 3 cards for us. We got a lot of things going on in this world, right? And so let's see for us listening to this message, because there's so much that I would love to share with you guys, so much in understanding about this ascension process. And I want you to know that you are not alone in anything that you're feeling right now. I want you to understand that it's all about feeling, what you're feeling, not what's in your head, but more importantly, what you are feeling inside of the heart. And so when you're going through your day-to-day and maybe you're not really listening to the news, but you're hearing about something that's going on, you're seeing all the different things that are going on that are catastrophic, or you're seeing that the weather is insane and it just doesn't seem normal, how it's reacting, how it's suddenly raining all of the time, every single day, with these massive thunders that sound like it's going to explode houses. I mean, I'm telling you how I feel. I don't know how you feel where you are, but there's so much going on physically on the earth. And then, what was I just going to say? Oh, in astrologically, all of the retrogrades that are going on are definitely causing things to happen on the earth. And we're not going to get into that because I couldn't, even if I wanted to, because I'm not an astrologer. But the point is that there's a lot going on. And the more that you tune into your inner self, the more that you tune into how you feel, the more that you tune out the external noises and you tune into you and you tune into the spiritual path, and you embrace the spiritual path, which means that you're elevating yourself and you're no longer just going on day to day, living on this earth, acting as if all of these things that are going on around you aren't really happening because you can't handle it. And believe me, this is not a judgment. I understand so many people cannot handle what is happening around us. But if you are listening to this and are open and are aware and are seeing it, and you might be having a hard time here and there because it's a lot, I just want to remind you that you're not alone. That this community that I created when I started this channel, which happened to be January of the year that COVID happened, so no coincidence. You have people on this channel that come to me for sessions, and many, many people that do not, that I don't even personally know, but everybody feels the same way. Let's reach out to each other. Let's start communication. You're not alone. And if you need any guidance, besides these messages that I do every week, reach out, write comments below, because that can start a conversation. So today I'm going simply to Michael. I want to see what Michael has to say for us. I'm going to pull 3 cards, okay? And we're going to see what Michael has to say. And then if we need to go from there, we will. But I don't like to make these messages too long because I sometimes have no patience as an Aries. And you might be the same way. So I want to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So we're going to ask Michael for 3 cards, okay? So we have literally 3 cards that popped out. So starting with the first card. Okay. So the first card is positive thoughts create positive results. So in these times of craziness, you might be thinking, how can I keep my thoughts positive? Now what Michael is saying is, asking him to help you, knowing that the mind and the emotions are changing all the time. Nothing is constant. So let's say you're feeling something and it is not a positive thought. Cancel, clear, delete it. It can come in because you are human. But then can you cancel, clear, delete it, and think of something more positive? I think a lot of times, especially lately, we are finding ourselves not so much in the past, you might be, but it's more about what's going to happen in the future. People are saying, I'm worried about not me, but my grandchildren or my children. Or you might be worrying about yourself. How are you going to get by with all that's going on in this world? Inflation, this, that, so many crazy things. How are you going to move on? The world is changing. So the first thing that I'm going to say to you is accept it. Accept that whatever is happening on this earth is happening for a reason. God is in control. And so we have to kind of lean in and trust the flow of how this is happening. Because before anything can be rebuilt, it has to be crumbled down to the ground. And what it's called is a tower moment in the tarot. And so what that means is everything has to basically crumble down to the ground. And then you're like looking at all the pieces of how do I want to rebuild? And in the world, we may not have a choice on how this is going to be rebuilt, but you definitely have a choice in what's going on in your personal life, which then extends outward. So we have been in this world where everything is outside of us, and then maybe we'll look on the inside. Then maybe we'll take it to the personal level. I want you to switch that. I want you to do everything you have to do personally on the inside. Do the inside job. Go inside. How does it feel inside? Not what you're thinking. How does it feel inside? And then how does that show up on the outside? And if there are things that are going on the outside that are not working for you, step away. There are a lot of things going on around us on the external. You cannot take care of everything. That's why there's so many of us. Because maybe I'm going to help take care of one thing, and then you're going to help take care of something else, and somebody else is going to be the leader for something else. We can't take care of everything because that's going to get overwhelming. So I want you to notice your thoughts. Where do your thoughts go? Because you kind of want to reel them back in. I want you to focus on the present. I want you to keep your thoughts as positive as you possibly can. We are free. We are not caged in, although it may seem that way. We are not victims. We are victors. And if you're listening to this, take that suit of armor. I have a suit of armor on. I want you to take it from me and use it for yourself. Take that suit of armor and know that you might be on this battleground with me and you're going to be okay. We're going to fight through, and we're going to do it from a place of flow and a place of peaceful light and a place of taking in the divine light from God and doing what we need to do to move forward, step by step and in the present moment. So that's the first card. The second card is when you are going through all the things I just said to you guys, and maybe you're having a hard time with it. I mean, I definitely have been having some anxiety in the last few weeks. Go outside. I'm getting this card a lot because it is so important to go outside in nature. It is so important to just be in the trees. Even if you don't understand the actual reason why, everything is energy. What you put out there, you are going to receive back energetically. If you just go out there and you are like walking along the grass, you're connecting with the grass, or maybe you're by sand if you're in the desert or whatever. Connect with the earth. How about I use that? Connect with the earth and understand that the more that you do that, you're going to feel better. Even if you take yourself outside for a few minutes, it's going to help you. So it's important for you to go outside, especially in moments when you're like not feeling your best. Get yourself outside in nature in some way, shape, or form. It helps to relax you. And then our third card, well, we can't get a better card than that. You and your loved ones are safe. How do I know this? Because I continue to remind you guys, so I'm going to invite you again. When you call upon the Archangel Michael and you ask him to, listen, you're being protected regardless of what I'm going to say right now, but I want you just to make yourself feel better if you still don't feel that way, especially what's going on outside of you in the external world. Call upon Archangel Michael. And what I've been doing lately is I have been asking him to put me in a bubble of his blue light. So it's this like color here. It's like a purpley blue light. Then I ask him to put me in a platinum shield around the bubble. And then I ask him to completely put me around a Merkaba. Google it so you could see what it looks like. It's a symbol. It comes from the Archangel Metatron, but it's almost like you're in this and you have it. And what I also do is I ask Archangel Michael to hold my right hand, Uriel to hold my left hand. I have Raphael behind me, kind of helping me along, and I have Gabriel in the front of me. That's the latest that I've been adding more. Why am I adding more? Because it's getting heavy out there, heavier than it's ever been. And it's been going on for many years, even before 2020. I was just talking to my daughter recently. We were driving past her elementary school. And I said to her, do you remember when you were just 8 years old? Because I had to do the math. She's 17 now. And that was the first time I had the scare of my life when these robocalls were calling the schools and saying they were going to bomb them. And that was almost 10 years ago. Even though it feels like yesterday, it was almost 10 years ago. So this craziness has been slowly coming along for almost 10 years that I can remember. So we're in like the height of it at the moment, and it may get worse. So you need to protect yourself even further because everything is energy. You are energy. So you need to protect your energy field as best as you can. And the more that you become in tune to this, so that also I could say another way is the more that you ascend on this earth, the more that you expand, the more that you go on this spiritual path, which is the right path. You're on the right path if you are including spirituality in your life, because it is needed. It always should have been. It was blocked. Now you're seeing it being used in a manipulative way because they are onto it. They know all about it, whoever they are. And so it's time for all of us to lock arms and band together energetically by shining the light that we have inside of us. And so when you're doing this, you become more sensitive to harsh situations, harsh conversations, harsh people, harsh relationships. You see people acting a certain way and it just bothers you because you know deep down to the bottom of your core that it's not helpful. And I could go on and on and on. You can go into a crowded space and all of a sudden what once had never bothered you is now bothering you so much. So we need extra protection. So call upon Michael, but don't forget, even before you do that, your loved ones and you are safe anyway. But if it makes you feel better on the earthly human being level, add the extra layers of protection. And since this card is sitting here, I'm just going to share it with you. Whatever is bothering you, oh, we got two here. Prayer is going to help the situation. So just pray. Just keep praying. Whatever is bothering you, whatever you're concerned about, whatever is causing you grief or anxiety, pray. Not worry, because worry is negative. Praying is positive. Pray. Positive thoughts. Pray. And since this was the other one underneath it, I want you guys to realize the situation is already resolved. We have to go through it, and we signed up to be here to go through it. Lord knows why, because sometimes it's not easy, but we did. It's already resolved. So you do you as best as you can with the tools that you have to continue walking on this path, and know that all is well, know that you are safe. And know that at the end of the day, the situation is already resolved. I wish you guys a great week to the end of August. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.